Russian soldiers have intensified their attacks in Ukraine's east. The city of Bakhmut has been a key objective for Moscow's forces for some time. The UK Defence Ministry has tweeted that Russia is likely planning to encircle the area. Facing a possible takeover, many residents feel they have no choice but to leave their homes in search of safety. Authorities are working to evacuate them as quick as they can.
Deserted streets and destroyed buildings in Ukraine's Bakhmut. Fighting has raged here for months. Now Russian forces looking to regain ground after retreating from Kherson and Kharkiv have set their sights on Bakhmut. The fighting is taking its toll on residents and those in nearby Chasiv Yar. Scary, not scary, but what to do? We need to live. Many here are fleeing. Evacuation crews helping to get them out.
Scary. Only the dead are not afraid. And we still want to live. Nobody needs a dead evacuation worker. As long as we are alive, we can help.
But others aren't so anxious to uproot their lives.
We are on our native land. Where to go? I have both brothers and sisters here. Both parents and grandfathers are buried here.
Once known for its vineyards and salt mines, Bakhmut is now known as the meat grinder for the brutal trench warfare, artillery duels and frontal assaults around the city. There's shelling overhead. Before shells flew like this, but now like this. The Russians are already on the hill. It's constant shelling. It's quiet today, but we've just had 3 days of heavy shellings. Those who are staying hopeful the fighting will soon end. Ukrainian soldiers have been fighting for the city since April. I think they will defend our city. I think everything will be fine. At least we hope. That's why we don't leave. And then we will rebuild. That recovery seems far off as Bakhmut's battle continues.
Well, let's bring in Russia analyst Konstantin Egert, who is in the Lithuanian capital, Vilnius. Konstantin, we're hearing that both sides are seeing heavy casualties in the fighting near Bakhmut. What more can you tell us?
Well, as our colleague mentioned in the report, Monica, it is a meat grinder, and it's been one for nearly half a year now, since May, I think. I think that this just shows that the Russian army, Russian military commanders did not learn the lessons of these last 9-10 months. Essentially, they're spending their manpower and their material, their resources on tactical aims and tactical gains. Essentially, this is not only my view. The British Institute for the Study of War has just commented in detail on the operation in and around Bakhmut, and it is indeed resembling a kind of First World War style trench warfare. But it seems that the strategic gain, even if Russia takes the city at a huge human cost for the poor residents, it will not advance its goals, whatever they are, by the way, now in Ukraine, very significantly.
Right. And when you're talking about Russia using all the manpower, we also hear that the Russian army appears to be deploying newly mobilized troops on the front line, lots of young men. Can you confirm that?
It seems that it is true, judging by the Russian social media at least, and lots of messages from, the wives, girlfriends, sisters of those mobilized. And it is indeed very logical. Putin has to keep at least parts of his army stationed elsewhere. Russia is a huge country. So this mobilization that happened recently is, of course, to provide frontline troops. Essentially, I'm really very, very sad to use this expression from a century ago. It's cannon fodder for Putin. These people, he doesn't care about them. So I think this will continue, and I'm afraid that we'll see more mobilizations in Russia on a much larger scale quite soon.
All right, Russia analyst Konstantin Egert, thank you so much for your insights and your assessment.
Thank you.